Okay, I've got a couple of examples here involving surds. We're given a surd expression and we're asked to simplify it such that, well, the main difference is the only surd in the answer is a root 2. So everything will have to be reduced to root 2s, and a and b are integers. The other big difference between the question and the answer is that the simplification is all on one line. So it means the denominator has been somehow transformed to 1. We've got a root 2 on the bottom. Now, using our most useful rule, if we can multiply the bottom by root 2, it itself will turn into 2. But we can't just multiply the bottom by root 2, we have to multiply top and bottom by root 2. Otherwise, the sum would change. So I'm going to multiply this by root 2 divided by root 2. You can think of this as really multiplying by 1, but it's a special one that will solve all our problems and hopefully guide us towards the answer. Okay, what does this equal? This numerator effectively is in a bracket, and this root 2 must multiply both terms within that bracket. So without doing any arithmetic at all, I'm just going to write down that this is going to be 8 root 2. I'm going to worry about what happens to these in a moment, minus root 18 root 2. And this is divided by, well, using our rule of root 2 times root 2 is 2, divided by 2. Now, I said earlier the only surd we're allowed in the answer is root 2. So the odd one out is the root 18. But happily, 18 is not a prime, and therefore will factorise. So in a bit of side work, let me factorise 18. And I know you probably do it the tree method, but I find this method much more intuitive. You put the number on the right. Because it's even, a 2 will go in. 2 into 18 leaves 9. Now a 2 will no longer go into 9, but 3 will, our next prime up. A remainder of 3. 3 will go into 3, and you end up with 2 1s. So 18 equals 2 times 3 times 3. So under that umbrella of root 18, so therefore I can say the square root equals the square root of 2 times 3 times 3. And because this is a multiplication, I can split the umbrella of the square root and transform these into 3 separate square roots. So this is equal to the square root of 2 multiplied by the square root of 3 multiplied by the square root of 3. Happily, we've got a pair. Root 3 times root 3, using our rule or a variation of our rule, this is simply equal to 3. So the square root of 18 equals 3 root 2. Now that is exactly what we wanted because we've got a result in terms of root 2. So we now substitute this back into our problem. This is equal to 8 root 2 minus, now again, root 2 times root 2 is just 2. 3 times 2 will be 6, so this is negative 6, and this is divided by 2. And because 8 and 6 are both even, I can divide through by 2 all the way through, use this 2 up therefore, so I get 4 root 2 minus 3. If we're being fussy, A equals negative 3, and B equals 4. And that is the answer.